Okay, now we're good to go. Okay, so anyway, welcome to EDL 710, Leading Instruction and Assessment. This is actually my very favorite class to teach. Yeah, hopefully you'll see that enthusiasm as we go throughout the course. So you should be looking at now the home screen in Moodle for EDL 710. So you'll notice the first part is the Getting Started module. So there's no assignments or anything like that in here. This is just for you to get started. So you'll see that we've got announcements, and I posted the Zoom meeting reminder today. Then you will also see the instructor virtual office. So I owe you guys a big apology. I do not know what was going on in Moodle with these PowerPoints. So there were 3 PowerPoints that I wanted you to just kind of look through. You didn't have to like internalize them or anything like that. And I put them all in the resources folder. Well, for some reason, they weren't showing up. Now I could see them when I was in editing mode in Moodle, but when I used the student view, so I see the same screen as you, the only thing that came up was the reflective essay rubric. So I don't know, I really believe Moodle hates me, and it really hated me the last couple of days. So what I ended up doing was I sent everybody an email, and I loaded those 3 PowerPoints into my Google Drive, and I sent you a shareable link. I also attached them to the email I sent you, so you should have them. If you don't, just send me an email individually, and I'll be happy to send those on to you. So I do apologize. Like I said, I still can't figure out what was going on with that. So you'll see that there's all of these things, different postings from people. So obviously about the PowerPoints, because that's been an issue. And then we do unfortunately have some students who are in South Louisiana, and if you haven't heard, Hurricane Zeta, however you say it, made landfall about 4:15 today. So some of our people are down there and dealing with that. So please be thinking about them, etc. So that is the instructor virtual office. I try to check it pretty regularly, but spring advisement is just started for all of the undergrad students. So I have been swamped today. So I will try to get better about doing that, but I will definitely do the best I can to answer any questions everybody has. So let's go back again. Then you will notice that here is where you can access the course syllabus, the welcome letter, textbook, and then Zoom meeting information. So I understand that the bookstore posted that the book, Leading High Reliability Schools, was a required book. It should have been optional. So you do not have to have that book, to be successful in the course. I will provide everything you need and then some. However, if you did buy it, it is a good book to have in your professional library, and we will be referencing and using pieces of it. So that's that. Then you'll see as well the weekly assignments and the course calendar posted here for you. And then finally, our Zoom meeting. Now, it says right here that we have our Zoom meetings at 6 o'clock. I'm going to give you guys a chance to vote and decide if you'd rather have it at 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. Either one is fine. Also, if you've taken other classes in the MEDCI or MEDL programs at LSUS, you probably were required to have a TaskStream account. I do not require you to have a TaskStream account. So that saves you $25, at least for this course. And then also too, we have students from across the country and even a few international students in our courses. So I just want to remind everybody that when I post something, it's always going to be in Central Standard Time. So for example, our courses will open on Mondays, the modules or weeks will open on Monday, and then they will close Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you have a deadline or whatever, if you got to try to post at 11:35, Moodle will not let you. It shuts down every night between 11:30 p.m. and midnight for nightly maintenance. So you're locked out for that 30-minute period. So just be aware of that. So now let's look at our first week's module, which opened on Monday, October 26th, and it will close on November the 1st at 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, as I said. So what you're going to find in here is just some general information, about myself as the faculty. You don't have to read my bio, but if you want my cell phone number, that's where you're going to find it. Then also too, a lot of our students, particularly in our online programs, are not always aware that we have a lot of student services that are available to you guys, as well as our students who are on campus physically. So if you need tutoring, we offer free online tutoring. If you need help writing a resume or in a job search, we have a career services department. If you need counseling, we have a wonderful counseling department. So anyway, this just tells you a little bit about the many student services that you can use and access as a student of LSUS. Then we have the technical requirements. So it's not usually a problem in our graduate courses, but sometimes students will have maybe a computer that's not compatible with our programs or something like that. So if you want to make sure that you have everything you need to be successful, you can just look at and read the technical requirements. So what I do in every week is I will give you an overview of that week. Then generally, instead of course information here, you're going to have things like your articles that you're going to read that week, or maybe a video I want you to watch or something like that. That will generally be posted here. Then you will see next the assignment tab. So the first part of it is the welcome letter, the syllabus, the assignment calendar, and the Zoom meeting information. So just make sure you review those. I was going to have you do a little survey thing, but it wasn't working right, so I took that out. So you guys are grown-ups. I assume you're going to read that information. If you don't, that's your choice. So anyway, don't worry about doing that little quiz or whatever, because I took it out simply because it was just giving me these weird, crazy answers that didn't make any sense. So then you'll notice as well that I've given you your online and article readings, as well as your discussion forum posting. Let's click on that real quick. So you will see that you have 2 articles that I want you to read. These are hot links, so hopefully they work. I know when I put them up they did, but if you run into any problems, again, just email me. Then you have a couple of online lectures. So this is actually from Harvard University, and then there's a welcome video from me that you can do. So after you do those 2 things, your assignment this week is a discussion forum posting. So you're going to answer, basically questions in a 1 to 2 paragraph discussion forum posting. You are expected, this is graduate school, so you are expected to write in APA style and use in-text quotations, citations for any quotations or summarizations that you do within your essay. You will also be required to do a reference or a reference page or bibliography. If you don't know how to do that, the best site that I have found out there that can help you with APA style is actually from Purdue University. So if you just do a Google search on Purdue, P-U-R-D-U-E, OWL, O-W-L, that is their what is it called? Online Writing Lab is OWL. And it will walk you through everything you need to know, plus it provides samples and all that kind of stuff. So it's really pretty simple, but it will really help you. So there's your questions. And like I said, a 1 to 2 paragraph discussion forum posting. Make sure you include those in-text citations as well as your references. And you can just list those at the bottom of your discussion forum posting. So the way that you're going to do that is you would start a new discussion, and then you're going to make sure that you have your name and all that, and then you will answer the questions, okay? And once you do that, you're going to also read and respond to 3 classmates' responses as well. So the way the course is structured, you're going to have a discussion forum posting in the odd numbered weeks. So you'll do a discussion forum posting in week 1, 3, and 5. Then in the even weeks, 2, 4, and 6, you're going to do a reflective essay. It's very similar to the discussion forum posting. I'll give you some questions. You're going to respond in the essay format. But that'll just come directly to me. It won't be seen by everybody else. In addition to that, we have a couple of case studies that we do, etc. So you can see that we've already got 2 people, yay, Nick and Elliot, who have posted. So you guys can, when you get ready, you're going to just add a new discussion topic. And then you can go in and read other people's postings and respond. So pretty simple and straightforward. Okay, so let me go back here. Then here's the information, obviously, on our Zoom meeting. Now, this is the one that has been driving me crazy. So here's the resources. So who knows what's going to be there when I open it today. So unfortunately, this is the only thing that pops up, which is making no sense at all. And since I don't want y'all to think that I'm completely crazy, now my kids will probably tell you that I am crazy, but I promise you I'm not that bad. But let me show you, just so you don't think I've lost my mind. When I type on this in the editing mode, oh, excuse me, it didn't do it. Hang on, let me go back. When I go to this in editing mode, you will see, look, all of the PowerPoints are there. I have absolutely no idea why you guys can't see them here, because they're clearly there. I've checked all the settings, so it's not a restricted, there's activity completion. Like I said, I have no idea why. I'm gonna take that out, just see if that makes any difference or not. So anyway, they're there, but I also emailed you that Google Drive link, as well as emailed you the PowerPoint. So if for some reason you didn't get them in your LSUS email, you can always just email me and I'll be happy to get that information to you. So like I said, I don't know what the glitch is. Hopefully we won't have that anymore. All the modules for the subsequent weeks are going to be set up in a very similar way. So you can see, like next week, you will get, oops, let me go a little further, your introduction, your module overview, your assignments, and then hopefully you can access all the resources in the resources folder. So I generally try to open up each week on the coming week on Wednesday night or sometime on Thursday. And then I will try to get ahead of you guys and open up a couple weeks at a time. So I know that, you know, some of you like to work ahead when you can, when you have that opportunity. So I'll try to make this open for you guys as soon as I can. Okay. So with that being said, oh, somebody said that the Google Drive link requires permission to access. You should be able to access it simply with the shareable link that I sent you. Let me look at it again, and I will post the link, or I may try adding, tell you what, I think it'll be easier. Let me try to add another file in week 1 where I just put those presentations. And you guys, please give me some feedback and let me know if it works or not, okay? And I'll also go back in and look at the Google Drive and see why it's asking for permission. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I will look at that. Sarah gave me some good advice there. It's a setting when I share it. So I will try to fix that as well. So any questions so far about how the course is set up, kind of the structure, etc.? Okay, well, I know I didn't do that great of a job, but you guys are just being shy tonight, so we'll just keep moving on. The other thing that people generally like to know is, you know, what are those pet peeves, or what are my little things that you guys need to know about me to be successful in this course? So probably the first thing is everybody in the entire United States, including the federal government, knows my legal name is Tracy Johnson. There is an exception. That is actually the LSU system. For some reason, they still think that I am Tracy Fraley. So if you get this weird email from a T Fraley or something like that, it's me. Like I said, I've tried to get this corrected a million times with the system, but for whatever reason, they haven't corrected it. But please call me Tracy or Tracy Johnson or something like that. I worked really hard to lose that name, Fraley. And so please call me Johnson. That is, or Tracy, like I said, we're pretty informal. The other thing too that is a pet peeve or quirk of mine, I guess, I have a double major in my baccalaureate degree in special education and English. So I am probably much more strict, I guess, when it comes to English, particularly grammar, usage, punctuation, that kind of stuff. I taught high school English, and so I try not to redline people, but I am pretty picky about it. So if you have, if you don't have an app like Grammarly or one of those, it might be helpful for you to get. I don't take off a lot of points, but I will mark you down. Number one, it is a pet peeve for me, but more importantly, this is a graduate level course, and I want you to be able to write professionally, particularly for those of you that decide to go on and do a doctorate or something like that. It's going to be really, really important. The other thing that you need to know about me too is I spent 35 plus years in public education in the state of Texas. So I know I'm from the real world. I'm not just a college professor who lives in the ivory tower and has no clue what teachers and campus leaders really do. So I am not a huge stickler for deadlines. Okay, now with that being said, try not to get too behind because the course will tend to balloon on you. Once we get rolling, it's like, okay, we got to do this, and then we got to do this, and then we got to do that. But if you miss a deadline, do not freak out. Do not worry. Do not panic or anything like that. Just let me know that you're going to be late with an assignment. And that way, I will grade you without penalty. You can get it to me whenever you want. You guys are professionals, grown-up people. I'm not going to ding you for that little kind of stuff. The only thing that I want to make you aware of, though, is if you miss a deadline, when I go in and grade, I'm going to put a 0 in there. The reason I do that is really for me. So when I'm going back to make sure that I've recorded everybody's grades and stuff like this, then you will know, I know that I still need to grade that particular assignment. So just because I post a 0 doesn't mean the 0 is your final grade. Just email me your assignment, and from there, like I said, I can just go in and quickly see everywhere I have a 0, and I can go in and grade accordingly. Okay. I'm trying to think what else. That's probably about it. I mean, I'm pretty easygoing. Love to teach, love to interact with you guys. So hopefully, other than my strange technology issues that have plagued me this week, why wouldn't they, right? It's 2020. Isn't everything supposed to be crazy this year? Hopefully everything will be fine. Oh my gosh, Sharon, I just saw she lives in New Orleans and just lost power. So yeah, guys, we do have a lot of people, like I said earlier, who live in South Louisiana. So please be thinking about them and, and sending them some prayers and all that. Louisiana's had, I think, about all we can take, quite frankly, with all this. Okay, so any questions so far? Okay, well, I do apologize too that you guys are seeing my little dog here. This is Milo. We rescued him about 6 weeks ago, and he's very needy. And so I don't know why, but it seems like if I'm on Zoom, he must have some radar. He wants to be in my lap, and he puts his head on my keyboard. So if you get this weird typing and chat that makes no sense, it's not me, it's Milo who's messing with my keyboard. So I do apologize. So Coy wanted to know, is the discussion forum the only assignment for this week? Yes. I start off light with you guys, and we'll pick up from there. So in the remaining time, what I'd like us to go through and do now is if everybody will just introduce yourselves and tell us your name, what you do, where you're from, and then maybe an interesting fact, okay? So I will start. As you guys know, I'm Tracy Johnson. My official title is I am the advising coordinator for the College of Business. So I advise between 500 and 800 students in any given time. But I also work in the College of Education and Human Development as an adjunct professor. I spent 35 years in public ed in Texas and did everything. I was a teacher. I was the desegregation monitor and court liaison with the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals when Dallas was under the desegregation order back in the day. So that tells you how old I am. I've been around a long time since Dallas hasn't been under desegregation order for many years. I was an elementary, middle, high school, big comprehensive high school, and then magnet high school principal. And then I also was an assistant superintendent in Irving ISD over all secondary education, teaching and learning. And then I retired from Dallas ISD as an area superintendent. Dallas is a very large school district, so they divided it into areas. So my area that I was over served about 25,000 students, and I had 14 schools that I was responsible for. Then got remarried, decided I needed a slower pace in life, moved to Bossier City, Louisiana, and went to work for LSUS. So who would like to go first to introduce themselves? Okay, well, I can't see your name, so I can call on you shamelessly, and I will.
I'll go.
Okay,
I don't mind going. My name is Kelly Snelson. I live in St. Gabriel, Louisiana, which is kind of a small little town right next to Baton Rouge.
Oh my gosh, so are you getting hit too?
We're just getting some rain and wind.
Okay.
That's about all we've gotten so far, because we're on the west side of it and not the east side.
Okay, well that's good. Glad to hear that.
But I have only been teaching for about 5 years. I did a career change late in life and decided to get alternate certification. So I have an English degree and I have the alternate certification through the state of Louisiana. I teach 6th, 7th, 8th, and 11th grade English. So I have 4 different preps.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot. It's a lot, but looking back, I so wish I had made the decision to be a teacher much sooner. I'm excited. This is my first set of classes with the master's program, so I know it's going to be a lot, but I am excited about it.
Awesome. Well, we are very excited to have you, Kelly. And yeah, teaching, I think it really is a calling, much more so than it is just a decision or a career move. So thank you for choosing teaching. We're lucky to have you.
Thank you. Oh, and I am going to tell you my good news.
What's that?
I got nominated for Middle School Teacher of the Year at my school this year.
Oh my gosh,
I'm very excited about that.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Keep us posted.
I will.
Great. Okay, who's up next?
I'm Debbie Evans. I serve as the master teacher and instructional coach at Oak Grove Elementary in Oak Grove, Louisiana. I've been at this a long time. I do all of the, for a long time, I've even worked for the state. I've done a lot of work as assistant principal without the title. Program. And an interesting fact about me, we have a new dog also. It's a standard poodle and it thinks it's a lap dog. It's huge and strong.
Well, Debbie, you serve such a critical role. I love the master teacher role in our schools. I think it's really critical and helpful to everybody. But yeah, I can't show you right now because she's over here laying chewing on her paws. But we also have a rough collie or, a dog for those of you that are older like me. It looks just like Lassie. And she weighs 60 pounds. And yeah, if she had her way, she'd be in my lap too. But she's a little much, so.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, it is. It is, definitely. I'm glad to have you. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'll go next.
Okay.
My name is Ainsley Abear. This is my last session. I'm about to graduate.
Yay!
I am a pre-K kindergarten teacher at a public Montessori school in Iberville Parish. This is my 5th year teaching. I'm also a mentor teacher. That's new this year. They kind of made a new position, so I'm working up that way. I have 2 dogs just like that, and if this door wasn't closed, they'd be in my lap.
Yeah. So yeah, if you see me suddenly disappear for a second, it's because I've had to make one of them go out and shut the door. So I love Montessori education. In fact, one of the things we did when I was an assistant superintendent in Dallas was we opened the first public Montessori school in the state of Texas. Montessori education is amazing. So you'll have to share with us some of your tips and practices with that.
I absolutely will. It's my passion.
Awesome. Thank you. Glad to have you. Who's up next?
Hey guys, I'll go ahead and
I'll
go.
go.
Oh, sorry, Kathy. So my name's Nick Howenstein. I am a 6th grade language arts teacher in Clinton, Iowa. And I'm actually in my 6th year teaching all US programs. So again, really looking forward to just learning a lot and working with all you guys.
Well, welcome, Nick. At least you don't experience hurricanes in Iowa. So are
No.
you guys like snowed in or something?
No snow yet. About a month ago, we had a derecho come through the state, which produced like hurricane level wind. So I know here on the eastern side of Iowa, I was without power for maybe a week or so. So
Yeah, I mean, the weather, 2020 has just been insane. So, hopefully we'll make it through the next couple months with life getting a little bit back to normal. But, 6th grade, God bless you. That is just a very challenging age.
yeah, a lot of people seem to have that remark when I say that, but with all the levels I've student taught with, I'd say I love 6th grade. I just like the age.
Yeah. Well, I know when I was a middle school principal, I did it for 3 years, and that was plenty for me. I could not wait to get to another level again. But, my experience has been that for middle school teachers, they either love it or they hate it. There's no in between. So we're thankful for those of you that love that middle school age, because goodness knows our students need great teachers there. So welcome. Glad to have you, Nick.
Yep.
Okay,
Thanks,
Kathy,
Tracy.
you want to go next?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, my name is Catherine Nation, and I am from Acadia Parish, and I teach in a little town called Church Point. And I've actually taught kindergarten for 14 years, and last year I made a change to move to 5th grade interventions. So I was helping students who were struggling with the state testing, and I worked with them. Well, then we had, we had a change in administration, and that administrator left, and they asked me to move up. So I did that. So I am in a disciplinarian role right now, doing a lot of work as the assistant principal without that title. And that's what I'm doing. I'm working towards that title. I think as someone else has said that also in the group. And this is my 3rd session in the graduate program.
Awesome. I'm always amazed at how many people I find that are doing the job of an administrator without the title. So bless your soul for doing that. That discipline, a lot of people think can be really challenging, but I know I love being an assistant principal because I always thought discipline was a teaching moment, and what a great opportunity to teach kids new and better behaviors. And help them to really grow their skill sets and in that social, emotional sort of realm. So Kathy, thank you for the work you're doing. We're glad to have you. Okay, who's up next?
I could go next.
Okay, hey, Cole.
How y'all doing? I'm Cole Dorby. I'm from Brobridge, Louisiana. I teach at Tesh Elementary in Cecilia, Louisiana, which is 3rd through 5th grade. Fun fact is I never really wanted to be an educator. It just happened to fall in my lap. After college, wife was like, "You always wanted to be a coach, and I went to school for pre-physical therapy. So I job opened up. I tried it, and it wasn't like working. It was just like, wow, this is. It never felt like work. It just felt like a good day. So I went back, got my altered in health and PE. I actually taught health and PE for K-5. Then I went to high school. I did high school coaching. I coach girls volleyball, girls basketball, boys basketball, and football. So I had many late nights. Uh, then I went to the junior high sector and coached there as well, track, football, and basketball, and also did PE. And then I got a promotion to be a behavior interventionist at Tesh Elementary. So that's the role I'm at now. And they're just like, man, you're awesome. You need to go and get your master's so you could be assistant principal because we want you to be a principal. You know, they're egging me on. So I'm like, okay, if y'all telling me I could do it, then I'm go ahead on and do it. So this is actually my first class here at LSUS. So I'm excited and nervous at the same time, but I'm very ready and anxious to get it going.
Well, congratulations on them grooming you for educational leadership. That's awesome. And I will tell you, probably one of the best teachers I've ever seen in my life was actually my head football coach. You know, a lot of people tend to stereotype coaches and say, you know, they're not very good teachers. He was by far the best teacher I've ever seen. And he ended up going on, and he's currently a head football coach in the college ranks at a Division I school. So clearly it works. So thank you, and we're excited to have you, and hopefully you'll like the class enough that you'll want to keep going.
So far so good. It's like I want to keep going. So thank y'all, and I appreciate it.
Awesome. Welcome, Coy. Okay, who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, hey, Lindsay.
Okay, hey, my name is Lindsay Eldridge, and I teach at Benton Elementary School in Benton, Louisiana. This is my 8th year of teaching first grade. This is my 3rd graduate course, so I'm excited to be here. An interesting fact about me is that I decided to go back to college with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. So a lot of times you'll probably see them in my lap as opposed to my big boxer dog.
Well, welcome, Lindsay. Lindsay was in my class with us last session. I'll go ahead and share. I know Lindsay is a phenomenal teacher because she has my 6-year-old granddaughter in her class. And Madeline is, how does my daughter put it? A whole lot of personality in a little tiny body. She is precocious, to say the least. So the fact that she adores school, she adores her teacher, Miss Eldridge, tells me a lot because she's a handful.
Thank you. She is not as big of a handful in class. She is so cute. She's so bubbly. So,
well, she's a mess. One day with her and I, just the two of us, and I am like worn out for 3 days. So hats off to you, Lindsay. Glad to have you again.
Okay, I'll go next. I am Devin Whitney. Hey, I'm Devin Whitney. I am originally from a small town called Tallulah, Louisiana, Northeast Louisiana. I currently reside in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And a fun fact about me is that I'm actually a social worker, and I am a mental and behavioral health social worker. So I go around to different schools here in East Baton Rouge parish, about 10 to 20 different schools in the area. And I basically see some of my clients and also educate and inform teachers on better ways to teach and handle those students with behavior disorders. And this is my fifth session in grad school.
Awesome. You know, that's one of the things that they are finding more and more is a great practice for urban schools. So you and Coy probably need to talk to each other, but to use that behavior intervention type positions or to have a social worker on campus. I know in Dallas and some of our more challenging schools, we called it an urban school specialist was the title, but it was basically exactly what you guys are doing, social worker / behavior intervention. So I love that you guys are doing that. Be sure and share lots of your practices because like I said, you guys play a really key critical role in our urban schools. So glad to have you. Awesome, Devin. Thank you. Okay, Dan, you want to go next?
Sure. I am a pre-K to 4th grade phys ed teacher. I'm also the anti-bullying specialist in my school, and I am in northern New Jersey, so in a town called Butler. And
awesome.
Holly here is we teach in the same district, but she's in the high school, but we're good friends, so we took some courses together. I just started this fall, so this is the second round that I'm in. I'm gonna try to cram them in and get them all done in a year. And so far, my experience has been great. I was really, really happy with the first 2 courses, and it's definitely going the direction I wanted it to. Let's see, fun fact. I coach 3, well, actually, I'm backing it down to 2 sports. I coach cross country, basketball, which I'm giving up this year, and I'm a head baseball coach in a neighboring town. And then, let's see, during COVID, I took up fishing again. I haven't been fishing since I was a kid, so I started fishing again during the pandemic. Nice socially distant activity. So that's about
welcome.
It. Thank you.
So, that's exciting. We've got 2 of you guys from New Jersey. So I'm sure we all sound kind of strange to you with our Southern accents and all that. But please share with us because, I know that you guys are doing some things a little bit differently than, we do down here. So we're excited to have you, Dan. Welcome.
One thing that sticks out right away, and I heard some people say like they've been put in the role and then they're going back for a degree. I'm like, man, I wish they would do that here. You need the certification before you can even move anywhere. They won't even ask you to do anything. So, but I'm glad for you guys that you can do that.
Well, come on down to Louisiana. We need people.
Yeah.
And for those of you guys too, I don't know if you've ever heard this statistic, but the National Association of Secondary Principals did some data and some research, and they said that within the next 5 years, 50% of school administrators will retire. So there is a huge void coming. And I know, part of my role as an assistant superintendent in 2 different districts was to hire principals. And I will tell you, it was getting harder and harder to find good quality people. So, if you're interested in educational administration and leadership, man, this is the time to get that degree because, like I said, the openings are just ballooning. So lots of job prospects coming. Okay, so what's your next?
I'll go next.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, so actually my name is Sarah Jane, but kind of like you, it's legally Sarah Jane, but for some reason, everywhere I go, it's just Sarah. But everyone calls me Sarah Jane or SJ. I'm a 5th grade teacher at Summerfield Elementary in Shreveport, Louisiana. Nobody knows where I teach. They live here and they have no idea. I work right behind the Walmart on Mansfield Road. That's what I tell everyone. I have actually been a Montessori teacher, and I worked also at a private school in Shreveport. So I have a huge love for Montessori education. I do it in my classroom, even though I'm not supposed to. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. And an interesting fact is I just won Teacher of the Year, and I'm really, really excited about it.
Yay! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Okay, it's a small world because my daughter's name is Sarah Jean.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be easy for me to remember Sarah Jane because we call her Sarah Jane sometimes, just as a joke.
Yeah.
And I do know where your elementary school is actually.
Oh, okay, cool. No one does. So I'm just always like, it's behind the Walmart.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're glad to have you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, who's up next?
I'll go.
Okay, hey Casey.
Hi, my name is Casey West, and and I teach 10th and 11th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade PE, health and PE at a Class B school, Oak Hill High School, which is in like Heinzton, Louisiana, and nobody knows where that's at usually, so Central Louisiana. And I've been teaching. This is my start of my 6th year, and I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old too that are running around here crazy. And trying to think about I'm basketball, so I'm crazy all the time. And my husband's in this class too, and he's a coach. So.
Oh, wow. So you guys like are ships passing in the night. I know what coach schedules are like. That's crazy. So where are you in respect to Gina, Louisiana?
Not probably like an hour and a half.
Okay, okay. So now I kind of know where you are. Okay, yeah, I have family in Gina, so that's simple. Okay, gotcha. Welcome, Casey. And you and Lindsay are very brave to do this class with a 1 and a 3-year-old. But I got my master's degree when my daughter was between ages 1 and 3, so I can relate. Welcome, we're glad to have you. Okay, who's up next?
I'll go next. Hello, my name is Louie, and this is my very first class in the program.
Awesome.
I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, but I am currently residing in Tougaloo, Mississippi.
Okay.
With my husband and 4 children, 3 of which I've been home 5 years. One, my oldest, is in the 10th grade. He transitioned from homeschool back to a high school last year, and that is actually what propelled me. I don't have an education background at all. I actually come from a finance background, banking and operations management. I have a degree in business management, but I've always, when my kids were in public school, I volunteered. I was room mom, doing all the stuff, PTA, school board meetings, all of those things. And last year, my son attended an urban school. And I got a real good look at the bureaucracy and all the other things that go on behind the scenes, because I was in the classroom quite a bit, helping them, with some of the students, and it was a lot. And so that piqued my interest to just start learning more naturally about urban schools. And so I want to work with, I also tutor in reading. But my purpose for being in this program is to actually work with pre-K students in urban schools. And so that's why I'm here. I hope to learn from those of you who are already in the field, have boots on the ground. So again, I just want to learn as much as I can, just to be a sponge and soak up everything so that I can be of service to the students and families that I will eventually serve.
Awesome. Well, we are so excited that you've chosen teaching and teaching has chosen you. So, I love it. That's awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, who's up next?
I'll go.
Okay.
My name's Casaro. I teach in Butler District with Dan, and I teach high school math. This is my 11th year. I teach AP Calculus, and I currently coach soccer. This is my 2nd class in the program, and currently I don't want to leave the classroom. I like being with my students and stuff, but I feel like it's good to have this in my back pocket if I ever decide I want to go into that.
Awesome. So, if you need help with any math, guys, Holly's your go-to person, it sounds like. I have a lot of students that come through here that don't want to necessarily leave the classroom, and I am so thankful that we have teachers that feel that way. They're just so passionate about their students. And the most important people in an entire school are the teachers. And so, those teacher leaders that work with our kids every day, hopefully we'll give you some tips and tools that you can also use, as you're looking to the future. So we're glad to have you, Holly. Welcome.
Thank you.
Who's up next? Okay, I can call on you guys. Okay, Brandi, are you trying to speak?
Yes, I'll go ahead and go.
Okay, thanks.
My name is class in the program, and I had you in my first class and really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to have you again. I'm actually a counselor and administrative assistant at a pre-K through 12. So I understand what people are saying when they have a lot of different duties. So I'm sort of filling that same assistant principal role and aim to get my degree so I can officially get that title. Fun fact, like many people in the class, I also coach track and cross country and am one of the co-athletic directors at my school. So busy time.
Yeah, Brandi, I'm not sure when you sleep. Good grief. I'm glad to have you again in class, and thank you for taking on those unofficial roles, without the title. So, like I said, we're very blessed in schools when we have people that do that. Okay, who wants to go next? Guys, we've got about 10 minutes left.
I'll go next. I don't know if you can see me or not. My name is Carly. I am in my 5th year as an educator. I'm teaching 1st grade this year. Previously, I taught 6th grade math. So it's been a bit of a transition going from equations to like 1 + 1. But I like it so far. I'm super excited. I'll finish this program in May. My principal found out I passed my SLLA the other day, so she was like had me doing walkthrough observations, which has me really excited to finish.
Well, awesome, and congratulations for passing the SLLA. That's an accomplishment in and of itself. So, one of the things we'll talk a little bit about is walkthroughs and instructional rounds and how critical that is. So, Carly, I'd love to hear your perspective since you're getting to do those at your school as well. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, who's up next? Got 3 more people. Okay, I don't know if maybe they can't hear me.
Oh, I'm trying to get unmuted. I'm sorry. Hey, guys, sorry.
That's okay. Hey, Jordan.
My name is Jordan Purdy. I am a lateral entry teacher in Raleigh, North Carolina. I am in this graduate program to find out what I want to do next. Not quite sure if it's going to be an admin. I'm a certified athletic trainer by trade, I guess you say, and that's how I got into teaching, working with athletics. Position opened up, lateral entry through CTE. Fun fact about me, I actually have 5 dogs. All of them are about 60 pounds and love to sit in my lap. And unfortunately, I can't get swamped by all 5 of them at once. So they're all in the house or out back in their kennels.
Yeah, my daughter and son-in-law have 5 dogs. And when I go over there, I'm like, how can you pet all 5 at once? Because they all seem to want your attention at the same time. So I've decided 2 is my limit because I have 2 hands and I can pet both of them. Welcome. We're glad to have you. And yeah, hopefully we can help you figure out what those next steps are for you in terms of your career and give you some tools and stuff you can use also. Glad to have you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, anybody else?
I'll go.
Okay,
Hello, my name's Natasha McDonald, and I currently teach. I've taught grades 2 through 6, and I've taught all subjects, including drama. And for the last 2 years, I was the Discoveries teacher, but this year, with staffing changes, I'm now the STEM teacher for grades. I'm in the program because I've always wanted to pursue this specific degree. And I just, I took an alternate certification route. My 2 bachelor's degrees are in psychology and English. And then I got my alternate master's from Louisiana Tech. So now I'm getting this degree. And I have a 2-year-old, so that's going to be fun. She's been in the background. That's why I've been, video off. And what else? Fun fact, during quarantine, I actually got my real estate license. So I'm a licensed realtor.
Wow, you're like the Renaissance woman. You kind of got it all going on. I love it. Well, welcome. We are so glad to have you, and to be a part of our class.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Do we have anybody I've missed?
I think the only person. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. My name's Devin, and I teach second grade in Morgan City, Louisiana. I'll be finished with this program in April, and I have 2 internship classes left, and I think 3 other ones, and then I'll be finished.
Awesome.
And I jumped on this meeting late. So I don't know what else we were supposed to say. I lost power from the storm.
I was going to ask you, are you guys getting impacted by the storm?
Not as bad as I thought. I had 1 tree uproot in the backyard, not a big one, but and then we lost power. So I got power back around 7. So it's like, oh no, let me jump on.
Well, thank you, for being here. You get major brownie points. I'm not sure I'd be on this with a hurricane happening. So we are so glad to have you, and welcome. So we're just kind of introducing ourselves, so you're fine.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Did I miss anybody?
The only other one on here is my husband, and he's dating my daughter. So he teaches at Plainview High School, and that is in Central Louisiana also. And that really made me miss out where I'm at. And he teaches elementary and middle school PE, and he's a softball coach. And fun fact about him is he's doing the best with his wife.
Awesome. Thank you, Casey, for introducing your husband. Don't let him talk you into doing his work, though, okay? Okay, guys. Any other questions, comments, or concerns before we end tonight?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot find your PowerPoint anywhere to go with your the video that we're supposed to watch of you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, if you watch the recording, I talked about this at the beginning. So I ended up emailing it to everybody, but I'm going to try to repost it again. Because for some reason I can see it in my Moodle view, but you guys can't. I don't know what is wrong, but I'm going to try to re-add it into a different folder. So hopefully that'll work. The other thing I'm going to do too, guys, is I'm going to post just a quick, it says quiz, but it's really just a questionnaire. It's not graded. Asking you if you'd rather meet at 6 o'clock or 6:30. So I'll put that up. If you can take 2 seconds and do that, I'll put it up tonight. And then I'll let you know what the decision is. Okay? So anything else? Any other questions, guys? Okay, well, if not, it is 7:28, so I'm going to give you a whole 2 minutes back tonight. But it was great to meet all of you. I am so excited to have you in class, and I will see you next week. Y'all have a great night, and if you're in the hurricane, stay safe. We're praying for you guys. Bye.
Thanks, bye.